Check, check. 1, 2. Are we on? 3, 2, 1, go. Holy, welcome back. Welcome everybody back to the Broke Investor. This is our fifth episode. Trugging along here, making these things happen. So let's get right into it. So, as the thumbnail says, who is the broke investor? The broke investor is I. If you're clicking on this channel, it's probably because you're broke and you want to be an investor. Nothing you see here is financial advice and is purely for entertainment and educational purpose only. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the video so this content can be delivered to those who need to see it and you'll be notified of new content. All right, officials out of the way. So, who is the broke investor? Who is I? Who am I? Just because I want to just kind of have a little bit of background to who I am and why I'm saying the things I'm saying. I'm definitely not some like institutional Wall Street guy. I'm literally a very blue collar kind of guy. So I am Crypto Antonio, the broke investor. I like silver. I like investments I can hang on to. I don't like brokers. I don't like third parties. I don't like governments handling my investments. I don't like banks handling my investments. Although they do have their pros and cons. For my specific strategy on these first videos, it's more of a hands-on, tangible kind of investment kind of approach. Just kind of like you're just realizing that the economy is really terrible and that things are not the best, and you want to just kind of get your hands on something. So I am. I guess where does the story start? So I guess I've always my background, my working background is I've always been in construction. I started in landscaping, um, you know, did some laboring and landscaping, moved into construction, and then became a heavy equipment operator. So I can run any piece of equipment. I can run an excavator, backhoe, rock truck, loader, skid steer, everything. I can do it all, and that's kind of been my career path for a long time. And I kind of got into that because I don't have, higher education. Like I didn't go to university, didn't go to, a prestigious college or anything. It was literally like right into the field at a later age after wasting a bunch of time. But I got into it, and then right away, like kind of a few years into my well, not right away, a few years into my career, I started realizing that things are getting expensive, but my wages are not going up, and because of how and where I choose to work, there was a ceiling of earning. I don't like working out on camp jobs. I don't like leaving my city. I don't like really going away to work. I like going to the same spot every day and just kind of doing that. So I guess I got into this because yeah, like I wasn't seeing my dollars weren't going as far as they used to. So I just kind of started learning about what are traditional ways of holding wealth. And for me, being very uneducated, right away it was metals. Metals preserve your purchasing power. So I got into the gold silver thing, and originally I wanted to start investing through like my like a third party where I would just kind of like they would deduct off my check, and then that would go into an ETF or a stock, and then that would be kind of the thing. But when I started learning more about how these financial instruments operate, I was really put off by that. So I guess while I was in construction, I got into silver, and I started buying silver. Like I said, on payday, go buy a couple ounces. That's how it started. And then I got into cryptocurrency. I saw Bitcoin specifically. I was like, okay, well, this is like an important thing. And I started learning about buying Bitcoin and when to buy it, because my first buy was just like I just allotted a bunch of capital into it, and just like very anxious, very ignorant. I just knew I had to get some, and I got some, and that was kind of it. But then as I kind of stayed in the market and watched the fluctuations, I started paying attention to the price action. So during my construction career, I was kind of running equipment, and then on my breaks, I would, check the price of Bitcoin and see if it was a good time to buy, or check the price of other cryptos, or check the price of silver. And it got to the point actually where I would be in a piece of equipment on a job. We got, I'm running the machine like an excavator, let's say, and there's laborers in the hole, and we're working together, and there's all sorts of tradespeople around. Where I would literally stop the machine, run to the porta potty, to the toilet, because they can't do this stuff in the machine, and you can't be on your phone in the machine, especially when you're actually working. There's no downtime. So I would get an alert on my phone. I'd stop the operation, say I'd have to go to the bathroom, go to my go to the porta potty, and actually buy Bitcoin. When my price alerts would hit, or things like that. And so that's how I kind of got into this. I've had brushes with other people way more experienced in the space than I have, but ultimately we're all in this for ourselves. It's good to have people that are um, a little more knowledge, and have them in your network. But ultimately, we're all kind of in this for ourselves. So that's why I wanted to build this community, build the Broke Investor, because when you're broke and you want to be an investor, it's really hard to find like-minded people, and a lot of times you see people in the space and they don't really pay attention to you, or they'll look down on you, or maybe try to like use you, or like maybe not really help you out, but just kind of see how much, like, I don't know what, but not definitely be in it for you. So I know there's a ton of people out there that feel that way, because as people awaken to the financial situation of what's going on, you're gonna look for communities, you're gonna look for like-minded people more experienced, or people that have come from the same path as you might. So that's basically me in a nutshell. I'm a father as well, so that was another big motivator. I really had to um, get something together for the future, for the next generation here. And honestly, if I was not a father, I would probably not be as interested. I mean, I would be interested, but the sense of urgency would probably be a lot less, because now I'm thinking, okay, well, if this is the situation now, what's it going to be in 10 years, 20 years, and um, as a parent, you want to prepare for that. So I guess those were my biggest motivators, were just not seeing my dollars go as far, being responsible for somebody else, and just trying to find a way out. And this is definitely, the investing, and all these things. It's definitely not a get rich quick thing. It does happen. Um, on the cryptocurrency side, it definitely happens, but a lot of people get wrecked in that space, because they're trying to get rich quick, and they start trading with leverage, and it gets really messy. So for me, I really had to break it down from the bottom. Okay, blue collar guy, how do I do this? How can I allot get some dollars out of my life, because it's a very expensive life. What can I trim? What can I cut and put into these two asset classes? So I guess that kind of ties up why we did the previous videos that we did on looking at your spending, your psychology, the people you spend time with. And now I just wanted to tell you guys that I'm literally blue collar guy, and I'm very interested in this stuff, because one day, when there's enough and I know enough, it'll be my full time. I won't have to go to a construction site. That's the goal, right? But at the end of the day, I really love running heavy equipment. So if things really turn out, I'm probably always going to be in a piece of equipment, because I just love it. So yeah, that's kind of who I am and where I come from. Without getting too into details, yeah, I mean, a lot of people in the trades, they're waking up to this too, and they're very proactive in learning this stuff. So it doesn't matter where you're from. If you're a cashier, you work with the elderly, or you work with special needs, or or if you know run your own business, if you are in construction or in the trades, or even a student. I think this is going to be a good place for you to get started. YouTube, there's a lot of resources out there, but sometimes some people just need that first step, and I think this channel is going to be that first step. So with that said, let's not make this video last too long. because we're going to start looking more into the details of things that we want to talk about in the next episode. So, with that said, I'm Crypto Antonio. I love silver. And this has been The Broke Investor, and we'll see you on episode 6. Wow, episode 6 is coming. Okay, cool. Have a good one. Bye. And I need new cameras.